Firstly, I'd just like to I would like to basically introduce myself, Andrew, and Andrea, my wife. We're Megan's mum and dad. And I know you're all looking how pretty she is and where she gets her looks from. Right? Again, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today on behalf of myself, Andrea, Vicky and Eddie, to come and celebrate today with us for the marriage of Megan and Declan. Really appreciate you all for coming, and I hope you have enjoyed this afternoon and continue to enjoy the evening. Before I continue with some stories about Megan and Declan, I would also like to compliment my daughter today. Absolutely stunning. Went into the room where she was, completely heartbroken. It's just what you want on the day. But what a week we've had. We've had a week and a half. I'm sure Declan's going to go into a little bit more detail, but we have had a bit of an hectic week at the beginning of it. So I would just like to compliment my daughter, how very beautiful she looks, my wife, how very stunning she looks, and obviously all the bridesmaids today. I can't say too much about the groom's best man and groomsmen, but they've scrubbed up well, haven't they, today? Right?
Benidorm's still there.
Yeah. So we'll go on. Where do I start? Megan. Did we know we had her? Right? My word. From coming out, she cried. We brought her home, she cried. We put her to bed, she cried. And our Adam even said at one point, Baba go, Baba go. Said, unfortunately, lad, there's one way out, we can't put her back in. So life continued with Megan. Through school, she was still a whinger. She was just a nightmare sometimes, some days. She was. All through high school, still whinge, she went to bed at night. Dad, Mum, tomorrow, can I wear my pink dress? Yes, Megan, you can. Mum, Dad, tomorrow can I go on my bike? Yes, Megan, you can. Go to sleep. So we eventually got her to sleep. And as she got older, we went on a few family holidays, shall I say. We went camping. First time we went camping, spent a fortune on buying camping stuff. But we went, we all settled down. It pissed it down, all the time. Came bedtime. Megan, go and give Auntie Susan and everybody a kiss. No, I'm not going to bed yet, no. So we thought, right, that's enough. She's going to bed. So we took her. Took her to bed. She screamed. Remember that one, Julie? She screamed and screamed and screamed. She set the car alarms off. There was people effing and jeffing at us from other tents. We couldn't shut her up. She woke up the following morning and her face, we thought she had measles. Loads of blood spots all over. She'd bursted blood vessels. She was that bad. Another time, our Adam started swimming lessons. A couple of months later, Megan started. So they were both in the same class for a while. Adam moved up. Megan wasn't too happy. So we took her every week, and she sat there on the edge of the pool, swinging her legs, refusing to swim until she moved up with Adam. Saying, a couple of more weeks, Megan, you'll be there. No. And she swung her legs in this thing. The instructor couldn't get her to go. We couldn't get her to go, and she just sat there for the full 6 weeks of the course, swinging her legs. So you can imagine the nightmare we had. Right? No. No. So eventually, along came Declan. We was rubbing our hands because we thought, nobody's going to marry this one. We were rubbing our hands like this and thinking, right, brilliant. And we never even met him. To a point I heard so much about him. I joined Slimming World so I could have a saving. And from then on, he came for the first day, came into our house. He was sat on the couch and we were stood there looking at him and grilling him. And it's one thing that I always remember, and I think he's an absolute gentleman for it. They left our house and he took my daughter out, opened the car door for her and sat her in. And that's a true gentleman. And that's what you need to continue, because you'll have a brilliant relationship, I'm sure you will. And that just really touched my heart. So we thought, right, he's a keeper, this one. We'll keep him. We'll keep him. So we invited him for Sunday tea. Game over, exactly. So we thought, right, well, when he comes, we'll give him double portions of everything. Make sure that he's a stayer. He's going to marry her, this one. He's not leaving. So we plated up, we gave him his plate, he sat there, and we're all chatting, and Andrea left a bit, I left a little bit. And, have you got to eat that? No, I'll have it then. So he ate everybody's, and then licked his plate clean. We didn't have wash up, did we, Declan? But joking apart, he's been an absolutely fantastic. Today, there's so, as a dad, you have so many proud moments. Man, of having both my children, marrying my wife, and today, walking my daughter down the aisle to a guy that feels the same way that I feel about her. And then the one precious moment is blessing us, all of us, with Harrison. just can't comment out that has changed our lives, and no doubt Vicky and Eddie's, because he's an absolute superstar, and you should be so proud of him.
He's nothing like me, is he, Dad?
He's not. He's quiet. In fact, he's like Adam.
He doesn't have magnetism.
No.
No. But no, joking apart, he's an absolutely good guy. So proud to have him part of my family and welcome Declan's family as part of ours. And I feel like I've been in, Michaela will know this one, I feel like I've been part of the family for a long, long time. I have. Even before Megan knew Declan, I've knew Michaela and Corey and Dave for quite some time in my life. And I hope I've done you the best I can, Corey. All right. But yeah, so I'd just like to end this all now. Enjoy yourselves, have a good evening, and can you please be upstanding for a toast to the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
Oh, bride and groom.
Well, hello everyone. For those that don't know me, that's a shame. I want to start off with a huge thank you for you all being here with us today. It really does mean the world. Being surrounded with the love and support that you've all give us. My wife and I, we really appreciate it. Had to get that one in there. It's nice to see that we've got a good mix of people in here. We've got us northerners, we've got some southerners, and we've got Steve from the Wirral. I'm glad you can make it here. Do you remember Benado? The Wirral? Yeah. Sadly, there's a few people missing from today. My nan and granddad Mac, Meg's nan and granddad Dennis, and granddad Entwistle and Uncle Anthony. We know how much you would have all loved to have been here, but we also know that you'll be looking down on us today, watching with pride. A special mention to Taz and Alfie, our beloved pets that we lost along the way, leading up to the wedding. And of course, our little Miss Diva Dora, who wasn't able to be with us today, but she was in memory. I did have something to say to my brother-in-law, Adam, as up until the final hours he wasn't going to make it. Not to his own, he was ill in hospital, but he managed to pull through, and we're just so glad that he's home and able to be here today. You've really made our day being here, and if Megan had to wish for any wedding present, it was Adam being here. Right. That's the sad bit done. Andrea, I don't know where to start. Maybe thank you for letting me join your family and marry your daughter would be the best bit. From day one, you've both welcomed me into your family with open arms and have been a second family to me. You've given me love and support, always a full belly, and a second home. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me as a stranger, supporting me as Megan's boyfriend, accepting me as a fiancé, and now loving me as your son-in-law. I truly appreciate everything you both have done for us, even when Megan can be as stubborn as they come. I'll never forget the day I came to ask for your blessing. I've never been as quiet or as nervous. It's also hard to forget the ringing in my ears after Andrea shouting with delight, or Andrew looking me in the eyes and saying, "You know that there's not a return policy, don't you?" In all seriousness, you asked me to promise one thing, and you said it before today, to look after her. And I hope that every day since then, I've shown to be keeping that promise. Mum, Dad, you've raised an absolute legend. In all seriousness, without you both, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. Mum, your timeless love for me and selfless need to give me what I asked for, regardless of the sacrifices. And Dad, your respect towards me, allowing me to make my own mistakes and show me how to learn from them. The pair of you together paved the way for my journey from being an adult to being an adult, from not being a little boy jumping onto the wall pretending that he's Spider-Man trying to stick, to now being an adult with adult money to buy the Spider-Man suit and try it again properly. I may have flown the nest, but I can promise you that I will return from time to time, especially to raid your cupboards and fridge after a Costco shop. I may have my own home now, but yours will always be my first, and I know that everything you have done and still do is done so out of love. I love you both. Harrison, my little spud, even though you won't remember this, I want to thank you for showing me what life and love truly is. You've opened my heart to different feelings that only a parent can know, and you've given me even more reasons to love your mummy than I already do. You've shown me a new life and given me an opportunity to give you the best life and family that I can. I love you, son. To all the bridesmaids, you all look beautiful today. And I want to say thanks from myself and Megan for your efforts keeping Megan's head level and with the lead up to the wedding. I thought my job was hard, but you lot had to organise 2 hen-dos. And I've been on holiday with Megan, and she's the only person that I know that can go to Benidorm for 4 days and take 22 kilos of luggage and still have to use a mum's suitcase. So could everyone join me in raising a glass to the bridesmaids? To the bridesmaids. To my best man, Alex, and my groomsmen, thank you for making my stag a memorable one. I've been scarred both physically and mentally, dressed in just about every pink item of clothing Benidorm had to offer. Came home without eyebrows and drank more than I ever had done before. It truly was a belter. Luckily, the eyebrows came back in time because Megan was adamant she wasn't going to marry me if they didn't. Lads, thank you for everything you've helped do behind the scenes, especially with today. Alex, I appreciate the moral support of you being dressed in the same clothes as me throughout the stag do. Neon green is definitely your colour. We've now reached the most important part of the speech, all about us. For those that don't know, Megan and I actually met in Slimming World. And I know what you're all thinking, I need a refund. Megan was the one to make the first move by adding me on Facebook. It took me a week to notice. It's only when she changed her profile picture I thought I know her from somewhere, so I thought I'd message her. I may as well send her a CV in the first message because I put that much information. But my charm must have been immaculate, and she actually replied to me and wanted to keep a conversation going. I then asked Megan to come to my 18th party. However, in all honesty, the only part I remember of Megan being there is licking her face and telling her I loved her. God knows why or how she actually wanted to see me again, and the following week, I picked her up, she hit her head in the car, and I asked her if she wanted to get in a relationship with me. I think it was concussion because she said yes. Since then, there's been plenty of amazing memories. Don't get me wrong, it hasn't always been easy, but we've both been stubborn, and we've had our ups and downs, but we've always pulled through. In 2019, we booked our first adult holiday to Cancun, and this was where I wanted to pop the question, but unfortunately COVID had other plans for us. I was determined to propose to Megan that year, so I had to come up with a new plan. I needed somewhere sunny, with a beach, romantic views, and somewhere that the locals speak a language that you can't understand. So I booked us a getaway in Wales. The evening we arrived, I got down on one knee and I asked her to marry me. I remember after proposing not knowing if she'd said yes, because she stood there shaking her head and crying. During our engagement, it was engines in full thrust for wedding planning. We started strong. We picked the venue, put the deposit down, guest list, dress chosen, all within a few months. Then we decided to buy a house and renovate it. After the renovations, we went from 2 to 3, where our little Dora joined us. And then not too long after that, we found out that we were pregnant. During all this, I'd changed jobs a couple of times, and then eventually we brought our beautiful son, Harrison, into the world. And it was only when we realised that we were 9 months away, we needed to pick up the pace, and we knew shit was getting real. Now to you, my beautiful wife. Megan, you look so beautiful today. It's so hard just to put into words how much I do love you. These past 8 years have been a story of its own, and I have loved you through every step of our journey together. From strangers across a room, to boyfriend and girlfriend, fiancés, as mum and dad, and now as husband and wife. The vows I chose to say to you today, I chose from the heart. Practicing them with you in the living room in my boxers whilst eating M&Ms doesn't quite compare to what it's like up there. Our journey together hasn't always been easy, and over time I've learned both patience and understanding, to listen with you, to connect with you, and to do everything with love. Our ups and our downs have created a bond so strong between us that we're prepared to take anything head on and come out on top. Whatever happens, as long as we're together, my love, we will be okay. My promise to you is that we will never go to bed on an argument, and that we remind ourselves to love one another first, even if you do decide to leave your hair on the shower walls. I can't promise that I'll always see sense, especially when I'm hungry, but I'll get there sooner or later, and I definitely know that you aren't stupid. I'm forever proud of the woman that you've grown to be. You're an incredible nurse, always thinking of others beside yourself, and watching you become a mother will always be one of my favourite days alongside today. Every day I feel myself loving you more and more, and when times are tough and the days are hard, seeing you laugh and smile washes it all away and the world gets brighter. Talking of bright, there's never a dull day with Megan. Especially with Megan's iconic Megan moments. For those that don't know what a Megan moment is, it's something that Megan has said where you don't actually know how to respond to it. You don't know whether to throw your head in your hands or just look dumbfounded. One of the best ones that will always stick in my mind is we were just in the living room at my mum and dad's, and Megan said confidently that the motorways have got underfloor heating. When asked why, the reason that she gave was because when it snows, there's never any snows where the car drives. Is there, darling? And she's adamant to this day.
Still has?
Yeah. So before I wrap up, our photographers, Sam and Kirsten has asked that if anyone wishes to get group pictures, as in like your own families, just to grab them when they're free. Now, don't go disturbing other people's photos. Other people have to be vain too. Now, I'd like everyone to raise a glass and be upstanding and join me in a toast to my beautiful new wife, the new Mrs. McCarthy.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Alex and I'm the best man, but I'm also Declan's cousin. Of course, being cousins, I've known him all my life, and we've been through a hell of a lot together, whether that's going on late night drives, blasting music, telling me granddad we're around the corner at 1 in the morning and we're still in Rainford. Weren't happy. Like I said, we've been through a lot together, and we've laughed, we've cried, shared moments, achieved, and I'm just honoured to be here by his side on his big day. I've got a lot of fond memories of Declan, but they're not as funny because he's smarter than me. So I found a few. So one of my fondest memories is when he said he'd send me a text to say he'd pick me up from school. Now it's key to remember in this point, he was riding round in the Jazz. Then I got a follow-up text saying, I'll text you to let you know when I'm here, lad. The 3 o'clock rolled around. I didn't need that follow-up text because Mornington Road was shaking. So everybody knew he was here. It wasn't just me. And everybody knew that he had an unhealthy obsession with Tech 9. But we also had a stint together working with our Corey. And it was never a dull moment. There was always either I'd say something stupid or Declan said something that blew my mind. Both the intertwined together, yeah. So, we might be growing up now, but it wasn't only yesterday. We were playing knock-a-door run on his own house, and we were being chased by a very angry, pyjama-wearing Uncle Eddie, and I guarantee. And I guarantee, if it weren't for his slippers and his dressing gown, he'd have caught us. Oh. And if it weren't trips to the shop, sort of Mackey's taking advantage of the student burger deal, we were annoying every single borough with the decibels that were coming from the Jazz. The good old Jazz. It was either Man's Not Hot or Flamingo. And to be totally honest with you, Megan, I know for a fact that you have made the best decision of your life today, because the venue's beautiful. Oh. Oh, but in all seriousness, I'm honoured to be here today to celebrate the union of two beautiful people. Megan, you're amazing, and you make my cousin so happy, and I know why, because you're smart, beautiful, kind.
Smart.
I got told we weren't roasting the bride. And I know you're going to make an incredible wife to him. And Declan, I'm so proud of the man you've become from growing up together. And you truly are a family man. To Harrison, Dora, you're an amazing man with endless and unconditional love, time, commitment. And you make me speechless, mate. And I know that you're going to make a wonderfully married couple. You're truly meant to be. So, I'd like you all to join me to raise a glass to the happy couple. And may your marriage be filled with love, laughter, and endless adventures. And of course, I want you to live, laugh, and love. Congratulations to Declan and Megan.
Hello, I'm Katie with a Y. I speak today for Shelby too, but she was too shy. Megan, we are honoured to call you our best friend. Nothing but love for you we send. Now I know Declan is no Bieber, but I think his love for you is sweeter. I remember when you both met at 17. Bloody hell, they were keen. Here we are 8 years later. To that, let's have a Jaeger. Arguably, still a better love story than Twilight, am I right? Megan, we've watched you become a believer, a feral club rat, a nurse, a mum, and now a wife. You truly deserve to have the best life. Megan, we are so proud of you. We'll be there for you later if you need a poo. And now... And now a toast to our best friend and her best friend. May you always admit when you are wrong. Together is where you belong.
Cheers.